Welcome, 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 welcome to another nugget. Just nuggets. I just said I'll stop by and drop a few nuggets. I've been having such a great time with you. Like we've had some great connections, great little moments. God, it's just been fun. I haven't done this in a while. I started this about a month ago, and I said, you know what? I teach so much on my campus, and we have hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content, and yet I don't really go live a lot. And so I decided a few weeks ago that we would go live, and it's been wonderful. So this is yet another quickie, Shelly. Hi, honey. Not long. Remember, these are fast nuggets. So let's just talk about it. Black woman moment. Hair, getting my hair done. Just gotta talk about that because this is like real life Monica. Hey, Monica, the motivator. So I have you know how you come full circle. I just gotta say, Monica, you probably know about this, sis. I see you in your beautiful hair, where I had to fall in love with every part of myself. I had to fall in love with my complexion. I had to fall in love with my frame as it changed sizes, right? I had to fall in love with my smile, mainly my lips. Everyone talks about, oh, you got such big full lips, but in second grade it wasn't so cool. And one of the journeys was falling in love with my hair. And so I took it down out of the braids, and I'm doing a big reveal at Speaking Right. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. As a Black woman, we have 1,001 hair options. And so I'm sitting in the space of really embracing all the things and all of our journey. And I believe that on our journey, we hear things that someone else has made true, and then we make it our truth. Come on, raise one hand, raise two hands, give me a little comment below if you've experienced that. It's an unconscious thing where someone is passionate about what they believe, whether it's your parents, whether it's your culture, whether it's the area you live in, whether it's your faith, whether it's friends, whether it's haters, whether it's employers. And we start cycling belief systems. Hello, anybody know what I'm talking about? I see you, Shelly, right? Let me know where you're joining me from. I love it. 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 Thank you, Tanisha, your beautiful queen as well. Love. Yeah, South Carolina, New York in the house. And so today I want to challenge some belief systems, because here's what I know. We're living through our belief systems. We're living through the belief systems that cause us to stand on our tippy toes, and we're living through the belief systems that cause us to shrink. Hello, whether we're consciously or unconsciously doing that. And so I want to really, for a moment, just challenge your belief system about speaking up, using your intellectual property to create a tsunami, to create waves and ripples in the world, using what you know. Now, I'm going to talk about speaking, but I'm not talking about platform speaking like me. Platform speaking is one of like 150 ways you use your voice. You use your voice to create impact. You use your voice to create impact as an educator. You use your voice to create impact on social media by standing up for what's right and what's good. You use your voice to create social impact as an entrepreneur in corporate America, whether you are baseline, newly coming in, whether you're a manager, whether you're an executive. You use your voice in so many ways. Theater, artists, artists use their voice in so many ways. And here's what I know. When you want to use your voice to create change, to create impact in whatever way you want to do it, let's not say it's just the way I do it. This is one way. This is one of the most popular and well spread ways, but it's not the only way. There are myths that you have to make sure that you don't buy into, right? All the way over there in Israel, Yanit, right? You got to make sure, Tanisha, in Houston, Texas, that you don't buy into some of the misnomers about using your voice and speaking up, speaking for impact. I always say, speak to inspire, not to impress. One of the myths I want to bust for you. So, myth number one, somebody type in chat. Myth number one that we're going to bust is that you have to be born a great speaker. You probably heard me say this before. I'm not repeating it because I'm out of new content for you. I have tons of content for you. I want to repeat it because it's one of the biggest myths out there that we need to explode. You don't have to be born a great speaker. I'm blown away in these last 5 years. I've been teaching people how to speak now, really in depth, for about 9 years. Believe it or not, I've been in business for 27, but I spent my first, you know, 18 years primarily focused on creating transformation in your life. So if you are ready for a transformation in your life, I am going to say, let's make this relationship official. Move off social media with me and come step on our campus, whether you step on our campus physically, and we don't have like a school. It's like we do workshops, or whether you step on our campus virtually. If you can understand me now, then virtual works just fine. And long before 2020 and COVID hit, we've been teaching virtually. So we've been teaching virtually about 11 years. So for 18 years, I taught primarily transformation. And then because so many doors open, like were kicked open for me based on my gift of oration, people begin to come to me. People have been doing it for a while, but I didn't take time to stop and go, how do I help people become impactful when they speak? Every time they speak, for 5 hours, 15 minutes, or 5 minutes. How do I help them be impactful? So I started doing that about 9 years ago. And it's my jam. Teaching you how to be an impactful speaker for me is like asking Alicia Keys to play the piano. Like, yeah, hello, all day long, right? So I thought that no one's going to want me to do the thing that's like my art, except for you do. And if I can help you be an impactful speaker, whether you're talking to your children, your loved ones, your colleagues, or your future clients, then my work here has been good. Does that sound good? Yes, 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 Maxine. So, Maxine, myth number one is you have to be born a good speaker or a great speaker. And that's a myth. So, now let me tell you why people said that. Because there was really no clear, concrete way to go from not so good to good, or from good to better, or from better to great, or from great to unforgettable. Now, I know there's speaker training programs. I've seen them. I looked at them. I was trying to find one that I can refer people to. And every single one was way too superficial. It was snorkeling. And if you really want to be a great speaker, you got to go scuba diving, as my brother Sean Smith would say. And so I began to create. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I created the science of speaking. I don't have time to go through all of that right now, but I'll keep giving you nuggets, and some of you are already going to join me. So I'll give you the whole shebang when we're together next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the 7th, 8th, and 9th. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But the first myth is you have to be born a great speaker or a good speaker. And that's not true. There is a science to speaking, and you can learn a few techniques and get better literally within 3 days. Within 3 days, you can get better practicing just maybe 2 or 3 techniques. And then you take another 7 days and you add another 2 techniques to that. And then you add another 4 days and you add another 1 technique to that. And you can go through all 16 core techniques and you will blow your own mind. So that's myth number one is busted. You don't have to be born a great speaker. You can learn to be a great speaker. So write that down, someone. Myth number one, busted. Number two, in order for you to have impact, you have to have a following. That's not true. When you have impact and you're consistent, so write this down, impact plus consistency equals a following. Impact, that's when you speak, but you speak to create impact, you speak to inspire, you speak to transform. You don't speak to impress. Hello, somebody. Hello, hello, hello. You do not speak to impress, you speak to inspire, you speak to transform, you speak to give and serve. And you have structure. And you use the techniques. I'm going to say, listen, why wing it when you got a seat belt over here that I can give you. You got bumper rails that I can give you. You got some guiding rails that I can provide for you. So impact plus consistency equals the following. You don't have to start with the following. I love it. Thank you, Cara. Thank you, my love. So let's just do that. So where you are today and your following is not where you should be next year on this day. Write this day down, circle this day in your calendar, walk out on your calendar. You should have a calendar somewhere. If you don't have a calendar, what are you waiting on? I don't know anybody in my circle that don't have a calendar. Get your calendar out, go out to next year on this day and type in that there's an appointment with myself to make sure that I have at least 200% growth. Now, if hook your caboose to my train, we're going to add a zero to that and we're going to make it 2000%. But if you on your own, at least 200%. You go whichever way you want, right? But your following should increase when you have impact plus consistency equals an increased following. It's no magic wand, no potion lotion. It is a formula. Type that in chat. It is a formula. Kara's going crazy. I love you, baby, because you know what I'm talking about. And then the last myth, I told you I'm going to be fast. I'm not going to be here long. The last myth that I want to bust for you is that when it comes to sharing your intellectual property, when it comes to earning a living, building a business, matter of fact, building a wildly successful 6- and 7-figure business based on your intellectual property, that the market is crowded. Myth number 3, busted. Listen, there are over 6 billion with the B people on this planet. And the internet just made the world a whole lot smaller. So you don't just need the customers in your zip code. You don't just need the customers in your city or your state or your country. Hi, hello, look at my life. All you need is to have impact and be consistent and know your right fit client, RFC, your right fit client. What does she need? What's her pain? What's her desire? And how can you help to alleviate or eliminate her pain? And how can you help her get an inch, 2, or 10 closer to her desire? If you can do that, and then you know how to let her know, hey, I exist. Here I am. My name is Cara and I'm sitting right here. My name is Maxine and I'm sitting right here. Hello, I'm right here. I am the solution. My name is Shelly and I'm sitting right here. I'm the solution to what you're asking for. If you go out and you look at me on social media, go back 10 years. Don't look at anything recent. You can look at that too, but go way back when I was OG and just kind of doing it on my own, and me and Jelani and my mom and my dad and my brother, and I got Band-Aids, I got shoestring, I got duct tape, I got glue, holding the whole machine called Motivating the Masses together. Back then, I did the same thing. I'm never going to give you a formula I'm only using now. I'm going to give you the formula that I used back then, only if it worked. If it didn't work, Cara, I'm going to keep it to myself. But you've identified what her pain is. You let her know that you're the solution, and then you give her value. Now, I'm going to add one more bonus. I was going to give you 3 myths today. So myth number 1, you have to be born a great speaker. That's not. You can learn how to be a great speaker. I have people on my campus right now who are killing it. They are growing like 1,000% every 90 days. They're killing it. They've made over $300,000 in new revenue. It's just their side hustle. They're on commercials. They're on stages because when you learn the true science of speaking, you're a natural standout. And the only way you're going to learn it is on this campus because it's not taught anywhere else. And I'm not saying that to get you on my campus. I'm saying that so you don't go out somewhere and spend hours and hours searching Wikipedia, searching Chat GPT, trying to find the science of speaking. I made it up about 9 years ago. I really started teaching it, and now it's out there. And now I'm seeing people's lives change because those who've been on the campus for a couple of years, they're now out there crazy. They can barely come back to my campus because they're so busy speaking. And I tell my students all the time, if you can't come back to my event as your coach, only cancel my event because you're somewhere making great impact and making great income. Hello, somebody. Cara, what about that? Cara, the only time you can miss a mastermind is if you out somewhere making great impact or making great income or being a great mama. All right. So the bonus myth. The bonus myth is that there's only one or two ways to make money with your intellectual property. This is a big one. I didn't have this one on my list. I see I only had three. I had 1, 2, 3. Y'all see that 1, 2, 3. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that you can make as many as 8, type in chat 8 revenue streams from your intellectual property that I know of. You might find 11 or 12, but hey, add to mine. But you can make 8 revenue streams. Now you got to get your grind on. But heck, I'm a grinder. Hey, Lisa, 8. Now let me tell you something. One revenue stream keeps you just above broke, just so you know. And I'm not saying this to judge you. If you only got one revenue stream, you trying to make sure that revenue stream does everything. Imagine one revenue stream has your dreams, has your family dreams on it, has your daily, weekly, monthly, annual needs on it. It has your retirement relying on. That's a whole lot on one revenue stream. And then if you add another revenue stream to it, you feel a little better. Now you're riding a bike with 2 spokes on the wheel. So that makes you feel better than 1 spoke, but it's just 2 spokes. This man told me years ago, blew my mind. He goes, Lisa, the difference between you and I is that when you go to bed, you get a good night's sleep. But when I go to bed, I get richer. I said, well, heck, let me figure out where he's sleeping. I don't want to sleep with him, but I want to know how he go to bed. Right? Hello, what are you doing when you're awake? And so I spent the next 8 years, 9 years, maybe 9.5 years, figuring out how to add revenue streams to my ecosystem, the Lisa Nichols ecosystem. And that's why my life is unrecognizable, and why my sons and my daughter-in-laws, how I could support them to make an unrecognizable life, because I figured out that formula. I won't have time to go into all of it right now. Lisa, I love the boxing gloves, girl. Am I knocking it out right now? I won't have time to go into all of that. I love it. I love it, mama. I just wanted to stop by really fast and just kind of keep giving you that shot in the arm, that shot in the heart, that shot in I'm your B12. I'm your natural B12 today. Thank you very much. And to remind you, you're writing this chapter of your life. Now, if you want more of this mindset, anytime I teach you anything, I'm going to teach you mindset. So if you just come to me for mindset, let's work on mindset together. Yesterday, I was talking to a CEO of a $250 million company, around those numbers. It's in the on its way to the billions, actually correct it. And I love what he said at the end of the conversation. He said, I'd like to come to your event because I always want to learn. I always want to grow my mindset. And so I want to invite you. I want to invite you that if you are in that season where you know you want to grow, then join me. Next week on June 7th, 8th, and 9th, we'll be at Speak and Write to Make Millions in Los Angeles. You can come live. There might be 1 or 2 more seats. Maybe we might already be sold out. But you definitely can join us virtually. From the comfort of your own home, you can join us. 3 days of power pack content. I stayed up all night. I should feel bad, but I'm a crazy scientist. I stayed up all night working on your revenue wheel, how to show you that, working on how to show you how to get a book out your belly, working on how to show you how to make sure, look, the balloons go up. It's a thing now. Making sure that you know the techniques that will instantly make you more impactful. I'm spending so much time curating the most perfect exchange for you. You'll walk away from those 3 days having more contacts and more referrals before we're done. And you can join from the comfort of your own home. So we have the link here in our chat. Click the link and join us. It's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And don't worry if you have to step out and you can't attend all of it live because you got to go to work, or Alex, you're in Brazil and you might need to go to sleep or something. Don't worry, you'll get the recording. So now you can literally replay every single thing that you learn and take even more copious notes. So I'm always going to invite you. You see it down here on the banner, speakandwriteworkshop.com. Write that down, speakandwriteworkshop.com. Secure your spot today. And when I tell you, if you come empty, I'm going to come full. And I got an army full of gladiators that are going to come full as well. The one complaint you might have about us is that how could they have fed me so much in just 3 days? I need a few days to digest this. And if you're going to have a problem, I say have that quality problem. I appreciate you. I told you it was going to be fast. I love you. I love you. I love you. Go make it the best day ever. Why? Because you deserve it. I'm your sister in prosperity and in possibility, and I'm out. See ya.